Hi everyone, wishing you all a Shabbat Shalom Umvorach. In this week's Parashat Tetzaveh, we read about the beautiful clothing of the Kohen Gadol. And the Gemara tells us that each garment corresponded and atoned for another sin. So as an example, the Me'il, the beautiful turquoise robe of the Kohen Gadol, atoned for the sin of gossip, of Lashon Hara. On a simple level, this makes a lot of sense. We know on the Me'il, on the bottom, on the hem, there were bells. Like the Pasuk says, Pa'amon, Zahav, Verimon. Bells and pomegranates, bells and pomegranates. And so the Gemara explains, let the bells which make noise come and atone for he who makes noise with their mouth, for he who speaks gossip about other people. This is a beautiful idea, but it doesn't explain, though, the pomegranates. What do the pomegranates have to do with Lashon Hara? You know, Shlomo HaMelech writes in Shir HaShirim, Kefelach harimon rakatech. He says to his beloved, your cheeks are as red as a beautiful pomegranate. But our rabbis in the Midrash say something a little bit deeper. Kefelach harimon rakatech. Rik is empty. Even the empty ones, afilu rakatech, even the empty ones in Israel, meleim mitzvot karimon, are filled with mitzvot like a pomegranate. I never understood. Are they empty or are they full? Are they rik or are they filled with mitzvot? You can't be both. The answer, I saw one time something beautiful. And that is that from far, they look empty. From far, when we look at these people, at certain people, they look like they're rik. There's nothing to them. But then we take a closer look. We come a little bit closer. We get to know them a little bit better. And we realize that they are meleim mitzvot karimon, that they actually have amazing things to them. A lot of times in life, we hear something about someone, or we read something about someone, or we find out something negative about somebody, something negative information. And we allow that one thing to be enough to cancel that person, to label them as bad and as flawed and as wrong and as horrible and as stay away. And a lot of times we have to realize that yes, they have flaws, but who doesn't? We have flaws. Everyone has flaws. Our children have flaws. Our parents have flaws. Does that stop us from loving them? We still love them. Why? Because we know that there's also so much good to them. And a lot of times we get to actually know somebody. We take a closer look. We spend some time with them. We take the opportunity to find what their virtues are. And we say, you know what? Actually, this person is an amazing person. And my whole life, I saw them as empty. But now I realize that there's so much more than meets the eye to that person. The flaws don't go away, but they're amazing in so many other ways. And we focus and we find the good in the people around us. As Jews, we've often been the victims of the world labeling and judging us because of an article or something that has been posted on some social media platform or something that has been broadcasted on television, something negative, whether it was true or not. And then because of that one thing, the world judges and labels us. And we know that if the world really got to know who we are, they would realize how beautiful and how meleim, how filled the Jewish people, how many values we have that are actually so precious and so praiseworthy. A lot of times I'll speak to somebody and I'll tell them, you know, there's a certain guy or a certain girl that I think you should go out with. And they'll say, oh, I know them. And I'll say, well, like, you went out with them? They'll say, no, but I know of them. I've seen them. They're not for me. And a lot of times that's true, but a lot of times that's not really based on anything. It's based on a picture or a few words on a piece of paper. Kefelach harimon rakatech. Get to know that person. Go out with them. Go out for a drink. Go out for a coffee. Spend some time. And maybe, just maybe, we'll realize that that person actually is an amazing person. There's so much more to them that I didn't realize, that I didn't know at first glance. May Hashem help all of us to realize and to see not only the good in ourselves, but the good in the world and in the people around us. Shabbat Shalom.